Well, welcome to another episode of Make Some Noise. And today, I was just talking to Canada just before, and I may have finished my coffee. I need another one. I am now talking to Michael in California about effects. So here is an example. So this is an amazing little booster pedals that I have that Michael has built. And we're going to talk all about the inventor, the creator, the guru, the master about this stuff. So, and I should also say I'm an endorsee of this product. So you should buy one. So after this, get on the website and buy one. So let's get Michael in right now. How are you, sir?
Good, Doug. How are you?
Yeah, sensational. While we're doing the intros, I'm going to try and multitask because I need a secretary, and I'm going to try and share it at the same time. So if anyone's watching, please share it. And any questions, type them in, because Michael's a master of this electronic stuff. So where are you? And well, maybe for the people who don't know, where are you and what might you be doing?
I'm in Bakersfield, California, and right now I'm currently a guitar tech for a local music store. I'm building my own effects pedals, and I'm an oil-filled pipeline integrity inspector.
Wow, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either. I just kind of show
up. So I guess with the repairs, I guess because is California still locked down per se, or?
Yeah, we're especially in Kern County with COVID. We have one of the largest populations of COVID in California. In fact, me and my wife just recently got released from public health department from having our own infection of COVID. And
you actually had COVID?
Yeah. So
oh my God,
for 8 months. And December we had Christmas. After Thanksgiving, everything was fine, and we wear masks. And my wife's autoimmune deficient, so we really have to be careful because she's on autoimmune or immunosuppressors. So we've been very careful. And then her mom comes to drop off presents after Christmas, and she went home the next day and tested, and she was positive. And 4 days later, we all came down with it, but we were completely fine. It was a very mild case. I can eat the ass end out of a jalapeno without tasting it, but other than that, I'm okay.
I know I'm laughing, but well, man,
it
must have been pretty scary.
It's not the healthy individuals we have to worry about. It's wearing the mask and the social distancing, and the precautions we take aren't for us. It's for the people that don't have the immune system to support such a virus. And that's usually our family members, our closest ones, and we got to protect them. So.
Right. Wow, man. I'm sorry to hear that you got that, but wow. But hopefully, so it's all good now. So post-COVID, did you have to go to hospital, or what did that look like?
No. There wasn't even a prescription. We got told take zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D3, and drink plenty of fluids. And that was it.
Wow.
We were very, very mild. A few headaches and feeling really tired. Other than that, it was not a big deal. But take somebody like my grandpa who's got congestive heart failure. If I had went and seen him one day before I got tested, it could have been a fatality for him. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man.
People
so now that
things.
What's that? Sorry.
I said people don't really realize the
cellular antibodies.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Wow. Well, you're the first person I know who's actually had the virus. Then, like, I've never. Yeah, I haven't spoken to anyone else about it.
Here, it's every 3 or 4 people you talk to. Oh, I had that back in March, or I had that back in April. It's not a big deal. And then we've also got friends that are in the music community. Basically, every major bass player in town got together down at the local brewery back in April. And next thing you know, 9 of the best bass players in town
had COVID.
3 of them ended up in the hospital on ventilators for over a month. And
wow.
Almost passed. And luckily, they survived.
Yeah, wow. Man, wow. Mind blown. Well, we just had the UK strain. I don't even know why they say the UK just hit Australia. So I was actually in lockdown myself just over the last weekend in Brisbane. They had to lock us down for 3 days just to try and contain it. Well, I guess after that, I'm trying to. Those people watching, please share it. I can't. I need a secretary. I can't. I can't do two things at once. So let's talk about what's going on with. So you're repairing guitars of sorts and also developing effects pedals.
Yes.
And what else are you build? Or maybe let's talk about your effects pedals. Do we have any there? Because here I did in the intro. So I'm a proud endorsee of STS Effects. So this is the boost pedal. So what other pedals do you might have there that we can talk about?
So I only have a variation. For some reason, I'm having an extremely hard time getting parts. And
Right. Okay.
and it's still going on. I go to I have enough parts for one pedal. I start assembling everything. I get it dialed into what I want, and I go to start ordering, 30 of each part or 60 if I have two of one part, and I can find maybe 70% of the parts. So I've had to sign up with like 15, 20 different vendors across the US, and the majority of them are in China. Majority of these parts are built in China, and you just can't get them right now. Everything's being held in what's it called, where they store everything before it goes into customs. It's being held for 30 days in customs, then ships out from customs, and then it gets to our customs, and it's being held for 30 days. So it's like, as an engineer, it's getting really hard. I guess a smart engineer would be find parts that I can get and build the pedals out of that.
Wow, that's probably the knock-on effect with anyone who's actually DIY building their own materials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And do you actually have any belt there that we can have a look at, or?
Yeah.
I'll just zoom in while then you can do show and tell.
Oh, get in my drawer here.
That's all right. That's all right. So please share this if you're watching and check out. Oh, check this out because we are actually watching it now. And we've got
some good.
So here we go. There you go. So what's the first one we're looking at?
This right here is an optical compressor, and it's got a slight 3 to 5 dBs of boost on top of the compression. So it's very transparent. It's, if anybody knows effects pedals that know tone and do studio work, they're familiar with Dimeter. So the compressor is based on the Dimeter the optocompulator. So it's very transparent. That's kind of the motto with STS Effects. We do not want your original tone to be altered at all.
Wow.
We want you to keep your tone the way it is going in as well as going out. So if you're looking for decent sustain and decent compression in a small compact size, this is the way to go. Very transparent.
And this is your own circuit design, right?
So yes and no. This was a circuit that was originated by the Flatline and tweaked heavily. But the circuit board is made by Mad Bean Pedals. It is not the factory circuit, but it is definitely pretty close. It's just tone caps tweaked, a few resistors here and there, and I changed the opto unit quite a bit. So about 2 months in playing with it to get the tone it's got.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay, and that's the compressor. It's a next toy.
So this is, I don't remember if this was on your last live stream I did with you, but this is the V2.
Oh, version 2. Excellent.
of the reinforcer. Oh,
Uh,
so it's got a backlit LED. So what you're seeing here, it's completely smooth on top, and the light is lighting it up from behind. And it's got a what do they call that? A piece of white plastic as a diffuser behind the screen. So when it's actually sitting on your pedal board, your LED does not blind you, and you can see what you're actually using.
That's actually a good point. You don't want an aircraft landing light. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool.
All right, so here is the demo because I sold out of my AB boxes.
Wow, that's amazing.
If I can get the plug out of here. So we did the same thing with the AB box. Channel A's lit up, channel B's lit up, but again, there's no LEDs popping or protruding through the surface. It's just completely backlit.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So you know which channel you're in all the time. You know which signal you're running, and you can turn it around this way if you wanted and use it as an AB box for an amp or an AB box for a guitar. I do make another version of this where the outputs are on the opposite side, depending on what side your pedal board it's going to be sitting on and what you're using it for.
Wow.
Very useful little pedal. No circuitry really involved. So it's, again, very transparent, very easy to use.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome.
And
oh, there we go.
So
oh, wow. And what's that one?
A little bit more complicated. And this is not a completed unit yet. This is what I'm trying to get out in the next 6 months, I'm hoping. It doesn't work right now, is all I can say. It does and it doesn't. It does turn. It's got your bypass switch here. It's got channel 1 and channel 2. And you've got your high pass filter and your low pass filter here. You've got your gain, tone, and volume. And these are, yes, it's been that long since I've worked on this. Bias knobs. So it is a fuzz-esque pedal. It's not a fuzz. It does not have any germanium transistors or diodes in it. Everything is off LED for clipping. So it has a LM383 IC chip in it as the power.
Yep.
So it's supposed to be very smooth and very creamy, but be different than everything else that's out there.
Right.
I am still diagnosing why it's not working correctly, but this is going to be my next number one. I think that's going to come out because I think it's got a lot of potential. The tones I am getting out of it are very promising, but it still needs a lot of work. So this is my pet project.
Yeah, and what are you going to call it?
I have no idea yet. A pain in the ass?
Yeah, pain in the, all right, cool. The PIA, pain in the ass.
Yeah, cool. The PIA, the PIA.
And I just want to say hello to Terry, who's also in California. So Bakersfield is famous for drag racing, right, in California?
Among a lot of other things, yeah. Yeah.
I'm a dead set fan of drag racing, so
who doesn't like to go in a straight line really fast?
That's a good point. So what other any other cool, so that's obviously the future, that product, but any other cool things you've got going on?
Yeah.
Do you have the volume pedal one there that we can look at? Or
oh, absolutely.
Sensational. There we go.
Yeah, so this is the VP Junior with the boost circuit installed, but it also acts as a buffer. So it has a pink LED inside. You got to be different with pink.
Right. Well, it's funny you said that. My light was stuck on my LED was stuck on pink before, and I've just changed it.
So with this pedal, we had 35, 36 guitar players go in with an analog man, a JHS. We even had, for the life of me, I can't remember the name. He actually puts the tuner in the top, the Russian gentleman, of his volume pedals. We had one of his, and we put them all in line, and we asked all the guitar players that came in which one was the most buff, from heel to toe, and 100% of the time mine went out.
All right, that's amazing. Yeah. So is there a bit of a waiting list for people who won't actually want to get one of those? Because I'm one of them. Because I want to get one of those.
So actually, no, I can turn these around pretty quickly.
Okay.
I'm sorry, because actually,
it's all right, man. It's okay. I understand. So those who just joined us, Michael is actually a COVID survivor. Like, wow. Amazing. Okay. So
wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't know if you can see this or not.
Oh, yeah, let me zoom in for you. There you go. You have to put it up to the camera. Hey, Doug's. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I'd love to get that. That's sensational. Thank you, sir. It's got a pink light in it. Fantastic. Pink light. Cool.
Hey, when you get done, send me your address and your shipping information. I'll get it shipped out tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. And I've got to ship you some stuff as well. And in any other products? So you got we've gone through the 3 pedals, now the volume pedals. Is there any other cool products?
No, just personal stuff I'm building on. Oh, the pick boxes. Yeah.
Sorry, that was my name drop. Yeah. So those who've just joined us, Michael here is in Bakersfield, California. I'm in Brisbane, Australia. So sensational, the world of the internet now. And I'm an endorsee of Michael's products. And so his product I got from I was playing at NAMM, and Michael saw me play and loved what I was doing. So he endorsed me. There's how much it's a dream come true. How does that even happen? So
I just happened to have one in my backpack, and I was like, no, this one's got your name on it. Like,
and it's funny, you probably can't tell. Where's my Strat? Probably. I've put it over there on my guitar, on my massive guitar rack. You can probably see over there. It's just funny because I actually play an orange Strat, so it's funny quite a lot. And congrats on your resilient health, Mike. There we go. Yes, great. Yes, great endorsement. Yes. And okay, cool. So the next pick boxes, what do they look like?
Okay, so in developing the product, the reinforcer mainly, and trying to think about brand awareness, I went to a friend's show, and at the end of the night, he's putting his stuff away, and he takes his pedal board out, tries to put it in the case, and what happens to his dented ass Altoids can, right? It's bent, so it doesn't stay shut. So he's constantly dropping his pick, and all he kept saying is, "Damn it, this happens every time." So, thinking about something I put my name, I can put my company name on. I developed this.
Okay, let's zoom in on that.
So this actually says Bakersfield Sound Co. This is a company I'm working with in Bakersfield. And then I have my version, which it's just a 2-inch by 2-inch box with magnets in the lid that can actually be Velcroed down into an empty spot of your pedal board. It's really simple, but it's extremely effective.
Sensational, man.
And they're inexpensive. the easy way to get your branding out there, and I can absolutely do other companies' logos on it. There's no patent on it. It's just a branding thing.
Oh,
But
right. So each musician you can get it customized for every musician.
absolutely. I've got this is the one, the latest one. If I can get it squared up.
There we go. That's so cool, man.
And I printed it all out here in the office. I'm in the middle of purchasing several 3D printers so I can keep printing them and doing other things. I'm making IDs for badge labels for cases, so they can label their guitars on their cases, customized guitar cases.
Oh, right. That's a good idea, because when you're on tour and you say, hey, go get the blah, blah, blah guitar, and the roadie has no idea which guitar. Only if you're taking 20 guitars on the road with you,
And for $15, you literally put the name, what guitar it is, if it's tuned a certain way, pretty much anything you like. It makes life easy, and it's inexpensive.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. And so, any other cool product ideas in the pipeline?
We're working on some tech. No top secret. Just it's more time versus anything. I'm working pretty much 18 to 20 hours a day right now, and everything that has to do with the pick boxes or my pedals is after those hours. So I get a very limited window to develop or create. A lot of times during work, I got a break. I pull out my MacBook and I pull up Fusion 360 and I start designing. It's every second of the day has got to count. Wow,
that's an amazing motivation to actually being an inventor or maybe even future entrepreneur. You have to entrepreneur, like actually. You've got to keep feeding the flames or feeding the fire, right, to just get the job done, and it never stops.
And unfortunately, I have not been very social media friendly this last 5 or 6 months, because just straight up working. I work on all these guitars. I've worked on 738 guitars.
Oh my God!
Guitars, and I'm talking neck resets, bridge resets, acoustic setups, electric setups, restrings, a ton of pickup installations. As you can see right now, I've got.
Hey, let me zoom in. Okay.
I've got 5 guitars right here that I picked up today, and then I've got a Kiesel that's getting refretted, acoustic refret, an electric refret. I think it's a Strat, not sure, and then a baritone in the corner there.
Wow.
And then I'm in the middle of all that. I'm building a custom Strat.
Wow.
With a Ernie Ball finished neck.
Wow.
All burnt, all refretted. I think I have too many irons in the fire, but.
We got a question there for you.
Bakersfield, California.
Yeah, so totally cool. Wow, man. So with your with the refrets, are you doing? Sorry, I should probably put myself back in there. There we go. That was slightly awkward, just talking. So with doing the refrets, are you putting in stainless steel frets, or are you actually doing nickel frets, or?
The majority of the fretting that I'm doing is nickel. Stainless steel, if it pays enough, I'll do it, because the stainless really tears up the tools.
Right.
And the tools are very, very expensive.
Yeah, right. Because I actually had my acoustic guitar. Have you heard of Maiden guitars? You know, Tommy Emmanuel plays Maiden guitars. Yeah.
Yes.
Tommy actually signed the back of my Maiden when I got to play with him, which was fantastic. Name drop there, name drop. But the stainless steel frets is pretty cool. But I'm thinking about getting stainless steel on, I think, I've got a Strandberg that's got stainless steel frets on it. But yeah, the custom jobs, I had to take it back to get the bottom of the frets smoothed off, because playing fast actually rips your fingers up.
Yeah, absolutely. And there, for some reason, I haven't done a fret job or picked up a guitar that's got stainless steel frets on it. I don't like playing them acoustically.
Really?
Yeah, they have a ring to them that just catches my ear, and I can't get that warm tone without that overtone chime when I'm playing it. And the majority of the time I'm playing at home, I'm not playing amplified. I practice unamplified, so it really bothers me. And I don't have a really heavy touch. So like this one here, this is my LSL with Titan tone pickups in it. And this thing gets played probably, I don't know, hour and a half a day, 7 days a week, and probably 4 hours on Sunday. And I have no fret wear, so I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah, right. Have you had to refret any of your own guitars, or?
Yes. A Takamine that's about 22 years old. I did it the weekend before last. It was very hard for me to take the frets out of it because it was my very first acoustic my dad gave to me. And so it was very special to me, and I was very nervous about it because with Takaminis, even though they're not, the one I have is not a bound neck, it still had the wood filler in on the edges. So I had to completely nip all the tangs and shape it to the neck. And it was a lot of work, but it was that guitar. I've been playing that guitar since I've been 12 years old.
Right. Okay.
So
it's only 5 years now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow. That's awesome, man. So you've actually got fret refretting actually is as a down now, as an easy technique now. You've got that sorted out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't know. I think since I started at Bakersfield Soundco, 35, maybe 40 refrets, bound, unbound, Gibson bound.
Wow.
It's just when I get the guitar and I come to a situation where I'm not sure, I get to contact a good friend of mine back in Nashville named Eugene Moles.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sorry, I got a phone call there. It kind of got put off.
Okay.
Why is it coming back up?
Yeah, I can still see you and hear you.
Okay, there we are. So, yeah, I get to call him and be like, hey, I got questions. And luckily, he owns one of the largest repair shops in Nashville. So he's always got 100, 125 guitars in the shop at all times.
Wow. That's amazing. So do you think the repair business has gone up because of COVID? Because everyone's getting...
Absolutely. The shop that I'm working for right now...
here, let me zoom in. There we go. Name drop.
Soundco didn't really have a repair shop as of March, and I got furloughed from work, and I was selling them pedals, and they asked me to do a pickup swap here, and then kind of fell into place. I ended up working for them 40 hours a week, and now we're doing probably $45,000 to $50,000 this first year in repairs alone. That's just labor. That's not service parts or anything. So, yeah, I would say every week I'm doing, I think, average between 15 and 25 guitars a week right now.
That's amazing. Wow. That's pretty cool.
It's been keeping me busy.
But I think also, too, I guess being exposed to all different guitars, you can probably see, new ideas how to make things better.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Strat Tremlos. A few brands have gotten it right so far. Why the holes aren't staggered for the saddle placement, it blows my mind.
So what's a couple of brands that got it right?
Well, I think Godo's gotten it right. I think your buddy Ramco's gotten it 100%, 1,000% right.
Okay, cool.
His stuff is awesome. Everything that I get that comes in from Falbo, which is I've gotten him hooked up with quite a few people now. Amazing, just perfect.
Awesome. Because they researched the knife edge, the density of the metals, so it's less wearing on the pillar screw. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, and it sounds pretty tight.
It's been a lot of fun.
Wow. And any other brands? What was that? I think you did say 3.
Yeah, LSL Instruments.
Yeah, cool. Because I saw them at NAM when I went to NAM.
Yeah, so they're doing a lot of stuff. So Lance has been building guitars for my dad for the last 10 years. And over the last 10 years, since they live so close to us, my dad started out driving down there to the factory on a factory tour. Him and my dad ended up becoming pretty damn good friends. They've gotten really close. And through that, we've gotten pretty close. The blue guitar I just showed you with the wood grain, that was a body given to me from Lance. It's a one-piece, like 2.2 pound sugar pine body.
Wow.
So the guitar all assembled is 5.92 pounds. It's less than 6 pounds. And so when I did all the staining, I did all the carving, everything to it myself. I did all the wiring, and I sent it to him to have him build me a neck. And I go to pick it up, and he's just like, "You don't owe me nothing." I'm like, he goes, "You're Teddy's son." I'm like,
"Oh, wow.
It's good to have dad as Teddy, huh?"
Yeah. Wow, that's sensational, man. So is that something you'll probably move into later, like building guitars? Is that on your radar, or just I don't know?
So I've actually been offered a job. I'm not going to mention the name of the artist.
That's all right.
As a guitar tech. It's very, very hard to turn down because he's huge, and it'd be a life-changing opportunity, but it would also mean leaving my 10-year-old daughter and my 3-year-old son.
Right.
And
what do you do? Yeah, right.
I can't see doing that. I was raised in a musical family, and I didn't see my dad a lot. So I don't want my kids to go through that. But on the building side, Lance actually offered me a job down there to start building. And with an exceptional outcome, but unfortunately I had to turn it down because it's too far to travel every day.
Oh, well, you can work from home.
Yeah, not doing his production count is insane. Like they do a lot of guitars a day, and they're getting bigger every day. Their quality of instrument is it just blows my mind. If anybody gets a chance to look up LSL Instruments, I'm throwing it out there. They're about the best handmade Telly or Strat you're ever going to play in your life.
Well, maybe we can. Maybe you can reach out to him, and when you're down there, we'll do this thing. We can maybe do a factory tour or something.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I mean, I'm sure they have their 11 secret herbs and spices like KFC, but
he's very open about everything that Fender effed up that he's fixed.
Oh, right. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Even that whole Fender story, actually speaking to Sterling Ball about, how when Leo sold Fender, then they ended up working with Music Man.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. Just phenomenal stories and about the Silhouette being, the second generation of this Strat per se, and then the Super Strat came out. Charvel had an inclination of it. So, I just love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'd love to get probably one guitar that I don't have. I would really like to get is the Guthrie Govan.
Oh,
one. Yeah, it's nice and light. It's 24 fret, 3 pickups.
Hold on.
Now I've mentioned something. The suspense is killing me.
All right. Give me 1 minute.
That's all right. I'll fill while you go in get that sorted. So those people who have just tuned in. On a serious note, Mike, who I'm speaking to in California right now, is a COVID survivor. So Mike's actually the first person I've actually met who's had COVID. Like in Australia, I haven't actually met anyone who's actually had COVID. So he's got something in the background here. He's back now. Oh, he's still unwrapping.
So this is not the Guthrie Govan model.
Okay.
But
okay, let me zoom in.
The DK24 or 22 HH.
Is that Chauvel? Yeah, wow.
With the roasted maple neck. This one has been detuned to C2C. But yeah, for the money, the tremolo that comes on it is extremely stable. I thought for sure I was going to be changing the pickups out as soon as I bought it. Surprisingly enough, I did not. They are amazing.
Wow.
The no tone load tone knob on it actually works very, very well. And having this switch on it here from the series to parallel mode and getting a true Strat sound out of humbuckers just blows my mind.
Wow.
It really does. And the fit and finish, the only thing I had to do when I got it is I had to smooth out the tings on the fingerboard. Other than that, this thing is absolutely phenomenal.
And what is that? The DK22?
The DK22 HH.
Yeah, right. Okay. And what are they like worth?
So I picked mine up for I think $8.99.
Yeah, right.
And
I think in Australian dollars that might be about 3,000. So everything's like 3 times the price on this side of the world. But anyway, you get that. Wow, that's awesome, man. I'll have to go check that out. I really like the back what they've done with the input jack.
Yeah, that's actually what attracted me the most to it. Honestly, is just innovation. They figured out a different way to place it, and it works out really well when it's plugged in. Now, when you're on a dark lit stage and you're trying to plug in this guitar into your system, then it's kind of a pain in the ass because you're like so used to this, and then you have to turn it up like this, get your strap all long, and try to get it in there. But other than that, it's
because I remember the angle jack. I think the first was Mr. Vi with his with the gem.
Yeah. Yes, it is, but it's angled this way.
Yes. But that one's that's awesome, man. I'll have to check that out. So any other cool guitars? That's amazing because I'm very, very jealous. It's one of 24 frets.
It is very, very worth the money. A friend of mine, Alex Cook, back in Maine. Was it Maine or Maryland? He's somebody that endorses my pedals too. And I saw him playing one and I was like, how is it? And he goes, dude, this thing is amazing. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of on guitarcenter.com right now thinking about buying one. And so I contacted my local store, and this is before I worked for them. And I said, can you guys get him? They're like, nope, order away, because I was going to go through them.
Oh, wow.
And you got to support your local retailers. And they're like, nope, get it. So I brought it in. As soon as I got it, they're like, can you bring it in? Can we play it? Like, we've been waiting for
right. Yeah. Oh, wow.
But they're all owned by Fender now. So I didn't know Charvel was owned by Fender.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So
because the headstock was licensed, isn't it? Got a license insignia because of the original shape. Yeah.
Right.
And here's a funny thing too. I didn't know this until an acquaintance friend, he's making Telecasters, and that from the Telecaster shape, the shape was never trademarked. only the headstock.
Right.
So that's why Fender go on the hunt for anyone who's emulating the same headstock.
Right.
Sort of, I didn't know that. Yeah.
That's why Gibson goes after everybody who emulates any kind of shape of theirs. There's been
really?
so many lawsuits with Gibson. I think they're finally starting to come to a halt, but Samick, I believe, is one of the largest manufacturers in the world for many different brands. And how do you sue one entity that manufactures everybody else's stuff for a body shape?
Wow. Are they really going to try and do that?
They've been doing it. They've been in the process for years.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Okay.
They have been in the process for years. Yeah. And then I won't name any stores, but they're trying to get a Fender licensing deal, right? So they can sell their product in their store. And the gentleman walks in and he goes, yeah, well, it's going to be this much money. And then anything that looks like a Fender Tele or a Strat has got to be out of your store. And they're like, wait,
Wow.
what do you mean? What do you mean by that? And they're like, well, take and put your hand over the headstock, and if it's got a Telecaster shape or a Telecaster body, it's got to go. It can't be in your store.
Wow.
So the people who will not be named basically said, yeah, no, thank you. It was an astronomical amount of money. I mean,
to be a Fender dealer.
Obscene for a single mom and pop shop who doesn't have multiple stores across the U.S. It's just single dealer in a small town. It's obscene. And for them to say, oh, by the way, on top of that, we're not going to have anything that's going to compete with our stuff. And so they're like, okay,
well, right. Okay.
You know, we know of other manufacturers who build actually handmade guitars that are 100% every bit as quality as their custom shops for half the price. Yeah, we're going to turn to mom and pop builders and stock our store that way. And it's been very successful. So,
wow. There you go. Wow. Well, actually, so many stories. Hey, wow. I didn't know that that's what they do. Is they ask, as a Fender dealer, they ask you to remove any other products that resemble their. I mean, it sort of makes sense.
Well,
you know.
Well, that's where the term "too big to fail" comes into play, right? Like they've been around for so long, they get to make the rules. And I'm hoping with all the changes that we're going through 2020, we're starting to see a ramp up of all these boutique small builders, Lucky Dog Telecasters, Django guitars, all these other builders that are building quality instruments that are starting to come out of the limelight, because these other builders, it's just, how many $3,800 to $4,800 custom shop strats do you have to play before one feels right? I can tell you right now, you go to LSL and every one of their $2,800 Stratocasters, or I'm sorry, S-type Satakoys, right? They all feel 100% perfect. Like,
right.
They feel worn in. They feel like they've been played for 30 years. They're
right.
I don't know how he replicates that. I don't know what his secret sauce is, but they're amazing.
Mm. And which it's very, very special for people to keep coming back, and if they're going to be selling, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's amazing having a non-compete rule. Because how long has Gibson been around? They've been around for like hundreds of years, haven't they?
At
least over 100 years. Gibson, I should probably Google it. If someone's watching and knows how long Google's been around. Gibson.
The 20s? Let's see.
Gibson.
Hey, Google.
Did you get it? Gibson guitar started. I'm just typing it in. 1902.
Oh, two. Yeah.
So 118 years. Yeah, wow, that's amazing. So, you know, everyone had to start somewhere. But there was something else I was going to say. Gibson just bought Mesa Bookie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I don't know, from your inside information, the people you roll with, is there what's their take on that? Buying an amplifier?
I don't know if there are going to be any changes. Mesa Boogie's been their own thing for a very long time. And you could go down to the dealer down in downtown LA. We did it quite often as a child. And I just don't know how they could really change anything. They're their own thing. The triple rectifier was huge in the heavy metal world. The Lone Star, Andy Timmons has made famous. He's amazing through those things. I mean, probably the best tone live I've ever heard in my life. Other than that, I mean, what really are they known for? They have some great power amps that are really great for using with preamp units, like the 2020 or the 100 over 100. They're pretty great preamps, all tube. But other than that, I don't know. What are they going to change? I think it's more of just to say, hey, we own Mesa Boogie now. But Mesa's still going to be Mesa, I think.
Yeah, well, it's kind of. Well, I didn't even know, for starters, I didn't know that Mesa Boogie was actually in trouble. But, you know, were they, or did they just go back? Or maybe it's owned by really old dudes, Mesa Boogie, and there's time to get out, man. Let's sell up to the corporate, you know. So
right.
I don't know.
Hey,
but it was funny.
More power to them.
Yeah, exactly. And also with speaking to some quite new Gibson endorsees when I was in NAMM, would be nearly 12 months ago now, last year when I met you.
Right.
So because it's owned, what's his name now, who used to work for Jeans West? Was it because he's in charge of Gibson now? He came from a Jeans company.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. They went hunting for people who already had massive followings. And for example, I met a girl from France who had over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and she's been doing these Gibson videos for nothing. And all of a sudden, they come and knocked on her door and said, "Hey, do you want a French Gibson endorsement?" You know, which is kind of more power to her, but it's really funny. They were their marketing team. It was reverse. It wasn't people applying to them. It was reversed. Right. They were reaching out, which is sort of unheard of. Right?
Well, it's because what I know from LSL, they have been reaching out to.
See you later, Veronica. Sorry. Yeah. Cool. Yep.
Thank you, Veronica. They've been reaching out to the Instagram, video streamers or whatever, and YouTube, and everybody who has the highest followers. Elise Trow, Torda Grod. There's Emmanuel in Sweden, and you have there's too many to name, but these are the ones that I follow. Emmanuel Emberg, guy's insane. Alex Cook in Maryland. They're getting these huge endorsements from these companies because they have 285,000 followers.
Right.
They're saying, hey, play our guitar, get all your followers to see you play this stuff on ours. We want our name out there. It's not like, well, you got to apply to us and you'll see if you get the endorsement or not.
Yeah.
To me, those builders are the ones who show, hey, look, we want to be your number one choice. We're not going to give you a $100,000 buy-in and tell you to take everything else out of the store that looks similar to ours. We want to have our guitar. So they're taking a different aspect, and they're using social media as that aspect. It's You know how much 20 years ago, Doug, would it have cost for you to advertise to 1 million people for free? You couldn't do it. It was going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now,
I agree.
we have every demographic at the touch of our phones for free.
Yeah, totally agree. And even Veronica says here, social media has created the opportunity for that reversal to happen across so many fields and not just music. Fantastic silver lining in 2020 influence. Yeah, totally agree, Veronica. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I must say, even for myself, I can attest, just you seeing me do my tricks, and even at NAMM just last year I got 3 endorsements, like that. When would that ever happen? Like now I have to get the new record finished, so that's on the cards, but it's just sharing of the talent. But I really think that gone will be the days of that middle management conglomerate. It was just be the talent and the product makers that'll just
Right.
we won't really have to have that middle person per se. I mean, but even people, I can't even think of his name. I think it was a Barsi. Like, he's making his own thing. I mean, Eddie Van Halen did the same thing eventually, just had his own company making his own thing. So my point of saying that is that even though some of the guys at the top of their game had options to all the corporates in the world, they still went boutique. They just make their own thing,
Greg Koch did the same thing with the Koch amplification. He did it like 6 or 7 years ago with his gristle tone pedal. He said he wanted a pedal that gives the gristle, but he doesn't want a lot of knobs. So he had a friend, electrical engineer friend of his, design him a pedal that had 2 knobs on it, and that was the version 1. Yeah. And now guess what? He's got several pedals, an amp, Revenue guitars, and Fishman Electronics have endorsement products of his.
Yep.
It's insane. And all the products are amazing.
Yeah, because I actually test rode. Actually, I got something to show you. So you'll have to talk for a second, because I got something really cool to show you. Tell us something.
Something. Can't wait to see what this is. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Yeah, that's a good point. Any questions for him? So, please type. There's a 20-second delay, I think, so hopefully the questions will come in a sec. But this is the G and B bender.
Ramco built that?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll just zoom in. So I'll just tip this down. So the B string is this one.
String too?
Sorry, pardon me.
You got the G string on there too?
Yeah, and the G string is this one here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if I do bow, just these, so with these 2 fingers, that's the B and the G. Yeah.
So is that in production now? Because I remember you were telling me about that when we talked last time.
Yeah, this is the production model. This is all the nice and neat. So you can tune. This one has been set to a tone, and the B string. Oh, sorry. G is set to a tone, and the B's been set to a semitone. Yeah. So, and this has got the Greg Koch Fishman series.
It sure does.
Yeah, this is the Greg Koch one. So this is
that sounds almost nasty when you say it like that.
What's that? Sorry?
I said that sounds almost nasty when you say it like that.
Yeah, but anyway, this is amazing that this is brand new tech. Like, this is revolutionary. Like,
it is. No, that
no one's got one of these. I've got one of these right here. Amazing tech.
I will send you this if you can get Ramco to send me one of those bridges.
Yeah. Cool. No problem.
I would love. I would take that bridge off my LSL right now and put it on there.
Yeah.
To not have
So-
all the Parsons Green or the Parsons White system routed out of your guitar and 30 pounds of equipment, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, this is just bolt on to, just bolt
Yeah,
on,
that's
as you can
insane.
see. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm going to do, instead of doing country thing, I'm going to do a heavy metal thing. Like lots of over the top playing. And I've got a question here for you. You look so young. Dare I ask your age? Your wisdom implies older than your appearance. 21.
38. Just turned 38 January 5th.
Wow. That was on a couple of days ago. Happy birthday, sir. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, the age, I don't look so old because of the hat. If I take the hat off, I start showing my age a little bit.
Well, maybe I'll probably just keep you for another few minutes, another 5 minutes. But I just want to also ask about, any other like future projects that you might have, or things that maybe you haven't actioned just yet, but you've got on the horizon that you want to check out.
I'm going to be focusing in on the engineering aspect for a while. Just really learning the AutoCAD programs, mainly Autodesk or Fusion 360, and see what I can do with the CNC routers and maybe possibly a 5D axis printer, and still work on my pedals, but just not going to push those as hard. I don't have the influx of income to support me stay at home and engineer circuits all day. I wish I did, but I got 2 mouths to feed that are very little. And
yeah, that's good. Family first. But that's great. That's on the horizon, though. Yeah, well, I've got some cool ideas, but baby steps. I do have an online shop. There's my online shop. As I said to you off air, you might browse this. It's music themed gifts. So it's not just my merchandise. It's just that if you want something cool for boys and girls, check out makesomenoiseshop.com. Yeah. Hey, yeah, we should get some of those and put them on the shop. That's cool, man.
Yeah. 5 hours and 28 minutes a box. I can have some to you in 10 years.
Yeah, bro. Are you serious? It takes 5 hours to print a box.
5 hours and 28 minutes for the box and the lid, because I refuse to print them in draft. They look like crap. I print them in high def, and then I have to spend 39 minutes on the lid, the badge.
Oh my God.
So I've got 6 hours and 10 or 11 minutes into printing this one box. So it only costs me 28 cents to make. It just takes time.
Oh my God. You make me
I'm
laugh.
gonna need a lot more printers, but yeah, I definitely in a year I could send you maybe like 12.
Here's a question for you. How would a 15-year-old boy get started in guitar building and repairs? Just do it, I reckon.
Yeah. Go. I don't know where you're living at, but I'm sure there's an OfferUp or Craigslist or some sort of
Gumtree. We have Gumtree.
Gumtree, and buy some cheap guitars and say, look, you want it to play great, make it play great. You have YouTube, you have Google, support them with the tools, buy them books. But for the most part, everything can be learned on YouTube. If he really wants to do it, he's going to learn how to do it, period. That is all there is to it. It's how much want do you have? It really is, because we're out of the days where there are other luthiers in town where the boy can go and sit with and learn those trade secrets and experiences. Now it's all virtual and on YouTube. And that goes with anything he wants to learn.
Wow. Okay, that's good. And that's a question for me. Am I going to the Gold Coast Museum's Jam at Saltwater Creek Hotel tonight? Yes, I'll be going there for a shred. Yes. And okay, cool, excellent. So, any other closing comments before we wrap it up of inspiration?
Don't take COVID as a joke. It might
Yes.
be a big deal to you, but it could be life or death for a family member. And I don't think there's any government conspiracies that are. We just have a lot of misinformation. So trust in your faith, believe in yourself, and you can come through this on top and unscathed, and your family members too. So
Yeah, right, cool. Hey, Rayleigh. Hello, Rayleigh. And yeah, well said, man. And he's already suspect. Oh, yeah, cool. He's on track. Yeah, but I must say, you are the first person I know that's actually had COVID and actually survived it. So, and well done for that. And so, what was the thing that you had to take? Lots of vitamin D?
zinc. So
Zinc.
take the zinc, but make sure you take it with food. It can't upset your stomach. So that's about 30 milligrams a day for that. 500 milligrams a day of vitamin C. Anything you would take to strengthen your immune system, and vitamin D3. It's not a must from what we've been told, but we took it anyways. We're kind of vitamin freaks over at our house, anyways.
Yep.
And exercise, just being prepared. If you're immunodeficient, consult with your immune doctor or your RA doctor immediately. If you're on immunosuppressors, get off of them right away. You want your immune system full force for this virus.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Well, please stay on the line, sir, and please wave off, and I will wrap this up. I'll be 1 second. So I just want to say thank you, everyone, for watching. And this is sensational, getting inside to an engineer who's been doing massive things. Again, I'm a proud endorsee of STS Effects. So I'll be getting some new toys very soon, all the way from California in America. And see you there too. Good advice. Yes, thanks, Rayleigh. And great advice. Yes, excellent. All right, well, thank you again. And please like and subscribe and share and just do all that business. And I'll see you again soon.